to the TokyoBill Weekly Update. Recent stories around Japan of interest to me, TokyoBill. Today is January 17th, 2026. Pin-up gravure idol Aoi Fujino passed away last week after a prolonged battle with cancer. The announcement was made by her mother on January 9th via Fujino's X account. Fujino debuted in the pin-up modeling industry in July 2020 and, following hearing loss in 2022, was diagnosed with a malignant tumor, leaving the industry to focus on treatment. Returning to work, at times wearing a wig, she managed to maintain popularity, winning several awards. Her most recent was a Gravure DVD Manufacturers Award for 2025. On New Year's Eve, she shared a message expressing gratitude to her fans on social media, reflecting on her feelings of luck in having met them, even as she continued to face health challenges. She was 27. On Sunday in Kawaguchi City, Saitama Prefecture, around 1,200 demonstrators marched to condemn a right-wing hate campaign against the local Kurdish population and promote peaceful coexistence with non-Japanese. The event, organized by Gochamaze Kawaguchi, followed a series of anti-Kurdish protests. Participants chanted slogans like "Stop the Hate" while marching 5 kilometers, with Kurdish folk songs playing in the background. The Kurdish community in Saitama, estimated at 2,000 to 3,000, has faced rising anti-Kurdish sentiment since 2023, despite living in the prefecture since the 1990s. Animosity against Kurdish residents has been fueled by online comments, including inflammatory rhetoric from overseas commentators. Hokkaido Broadcasting Company has released a preview trailer for the upcoming episode of Hokkaido Fact, now viewable on YouTube. The episode Ainu and the Majority, Who Stands Up to Discrimination, explores the shifting dynamics of discrimination, particularly regarding the indigenous Ainu people, as a growing number of citizens, scholars, and artists from the majority population openly oppose discrimination. Despite the Ainu Promotion Act of 2019, aimed at prohibiting discrimination, issues persist, and public forums continue to feature discriminatory content. A new movement defined as majority versus majority has emerged, which questions who is responsible for combating discrimination in contemporary society, especially as the government's inaction is often justified as allowing freedom of expression. The show is scheduled to air on HBC on Sunday, January 18th. On Monday, Japan celebrated Coming of Age Day, a national holiday with ceremonies nationwide for those turning 20. In Yokohama, about 35,000 participants attended a large event, while in Osaka, 58 new men and women walked up to the 60th floor of the Abeno Harukas building in a symbolic climb to adulthood. This year's celebrants, born between April 2nd, 2005 and April 1st, 2006, grew up following the recent introduction of smartphones and graduating junior high school in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, hardly ever seeing each other's faces. But traditions persist, and 40% of women reportedly wore kimonos handed down from their mothers to wear at coming-of-age ceremonies, 30% ordering new kimono fabric up to 2 years in advance to ensure timely tailoring for this very special occasion. On Wednesday, Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi and South Korean President Lee Jae-myung visited Horyuji Temple in Nara Prefecture, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, to highlight cultural connections between their nations. The temple, the world's oldest wooden structure, features architectural styles from Korea. The two leaders viewed national treasures, including the Buddhist sculpture the Shaka Triad, and murals in the Kondo Hall, which symbolize Japan-South Korea cooperation. President Lee gifted Takaichi a South Korean-made drum set, knowing her past as a drummer in a heavy metal band while at university. After their talks, they played drums together, playing along to a number of hit songs. Additionally, the South Korean delegation gave Takaichi Korean ginseng supplements due to her busy schedule, noted in her catchphrase for 2025, "I will work, 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 and work." The Japan Bobsleigh, Luge, and Skeleton Federation announced that Japan's two-man bobsleigh team will not participate in the upcoming Milan Cortina Winter Olympics due to a misunderstanding of the qualification criteria. In 2024, the International Bobsleigh and Skeleton Federation revised the qualification system, necessitating countries to accumulate points in four-man events during specified international competitions in order for their two-man teams to qualify for the Olympics. Japan failed to send athletes to any of these four-man qualification events and did not attend a crucial meeting in 2024 where the updated rules were discussed. Additionally, the Federation overlooked a notification email regarding this change. A representative from the Japan Federation expressed deep apologies to the affected athletes and others involved in travel arrangements that did not fulfill the necessary conditions. The Kyoto University's Center for the Evolutionary Origins of Human Behavior announced the passing away last week of Ai, a remarkable chimpanzee celebrated for her cognitive skills at age 49 due to old age and organ failure. Born in 1976 in West Africa and arriving at Kyoto University in 1977, Ai was the first subject of the Ai Project, aimed at exploring chimpanzee cognition. Under the guidance of Kyoko Murafushi and Tetsuro Matsuzawa, she participated in various experiments, demonstrating memory capabilities and learning letters and numbers. Notably, Ai famously showcased her intelligence when she escaped her cage in 1989, using a key to release another chimpanzee and orangutan friend. Her paintings were recognized during a 2017 celebration of the Ai Project, attended by none other than Dame Jane Goodall. Ladybugs, or ladybird beetles, are generally well-liked insects and are welcomed by gardeners because they keep pests under control. A subgroup, the taxonomic tribe Stethorhini, have been very difficult to study as adults are no more than 1 to 1.5 millimeters in length. Researchers in Kyushu worked their way through 1,700 species and discovered 8 species to reside in Japan, 2 of which have been identified as new species. As these tiny beetles appear to play a vital role in controlling spider mite populations on pine trees found throughout the country, the research highlights the importance of green spaces as habitats for diverse organisms. The study also emphasizes that methods like DNA analysis help to improve small species identification and support biological control research against agricultural pests. Waseda University in Japan has canceled the enrollment of 5 graduate students for cheating on the TOEIC English Language Proficiency Test. Last year, TOEIC administrators found 803 people were involved in organized cheating, their scores nullified as a result. Waseda identified that 52 of these invalidated scores were used in their entrance exams. The university also suspended an undergraduate student who failed the graduate entrance exam and revoked admission for 3 prospective graduate students. They aim to apply strict penalties for any misconduct to ensure a fair exam process. Other universities have taken similar actions against students who cheated. Following the cheating scandal, the TOEIC test organizer expressed their plans to prevent identity fraud. This has been the Tokyo Bill. Links to the original stories for these and other news briefs are available at thetokyobill.com, where your visit and direct donation would greatly support my work. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care. Welcome to the Tokyo Bill News Brief, recent stories in and about Japan that just happened to catch my eye. I'm Tokyo Bill, a long-term expat from Canada with an interest in ninjas, the local craft beer scene, and presenting you with hopefully interesting news items. A government source explained that Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi plans not to attend the award ceremony for the winning sumo wrestler at the New Year's tournament. This decision aligns with her desire to respect Japanese sumo culture, which does not allow women within the ring. Normally, the Prime Minister awards the Prime Minister's Cup at the tournament, but out of respect for what many criticize as a discriminatory practice, Takaichi designated a representative for the Kyushu tournament in November. She is expected to do the same for the New Year Grand Sumo tournament, which ends on January 25th. The Japan Sumo Association has stated its commitment to preserving its traditional culture. The Japanese Education Ministry has asked education superintendents nationwide to check by the end of this school year that bullying and violence are being addressed. Tadashi Mochizuki, a ministry official, expressed concern about severe acts of violence being unnoticed in schools. The ministry suggested surveys to assess bullying, increased awareness of support services, and care for victims. The spread of bullying videos on social media has caused worries about defamation and the permanence of personal information online. In January, videos showing bullying at a Tochigi high school and an assault at an Oita junior high school were shared on social media, highlighting that schools were previously unaware of these issues. A human rights group network held a news conference on January 13th, asking the Mie prefectural government to cancel a proposal that would stop hiring foreign nationals. This came after Mie Governor Katsuyuki Ichimi announced the plan to do so on December 25th. The network, consisting of 3 local organizations, criticized the governmental proposal for suggesting that discrimination based on nationality is acceptable, labeling the prefecture's attitude as mild xenophobia. The network further criticized the government's survey of 10,000 residents, warning that it allows the majority to make decisions affecting minorities, raising human rights concerns. They have consulted with and gained support from 51 other human rights organizations in Japan in support of their protest, and hope that the governor will reconsider his position. A research team at the University of Tokyo has initiated Level 4 testing of a self-driving bus on public roads around its Kashiwa campus in Chiba Prefecture. This bus will operate over a 2.6-kilometer route with a 700-meter section utilizing Level 4 automation, driverless operation in a defined area, while the remainder will remain Level 2, requiring human drivers. The bus, capable of speeds up to 40 kilometers per hour and equipped with 11 cameras and 5 LiDAR systems, aims to balance safety with human-like driving behavior in a traffic-heavy environment. 4 round trips will be made daily, primarily for students and university affiliates. This application is unique in its integration into a busy bus route, differing from other Level 4 automation projects in the country. A train decorated with anti-molestation messages started running on the JR Yamanote line on Thursday and will continue until January 28th. This initiative is part of an anti-molestation campaign by the Tokyo Metropolitan Government, railway companies, and local police, lasting until the end of February during the exam season. The campaign aims to support students who hesitate to report incidents out of inconvenience of being made late. The train features illustrations of female students with strong expressions, displaying messages like, "Molestation is a serious crime," and "Fight on, exam takers." Additional announcements and measures will be taken to raise awareness during this period. A survey showed that nearly 20% of women and 10% of men experienced molestation by chikan, train molesters, in the past year. About 100 employees of Prudential Life Insurance were found to have defrauded approximately 500 customers of over 3 billion yen, or $20 million, following internal investigations. A former employee was arrested in 2024 for presenting a fake investment opportunity, and later investigations revealed instances of employees misappropriating funds from hundreds of clients through personal solicitations and fictitious investment schemes. Motofusa Hamada, chairman of the parent company to Prudential Life Insurance, resigned in October 2025 as a result. Following the release of the investigation findings, Prudential's CEO, Kan Mabara, announced on Friday he will resign on February 1st in response to the scandal. He is to be succeeded by Hiromitsu Tokumaru, currently president and CEO of Prudential Gibraltar Financial Life Insurance. Those were the stories that got my attention this week. Links to the original articles are up at my website, theTokyoBill.com, where your visit would be a great support. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.